money, more problems, that's true shit. Nowadays you can't party with the bullshit. What's beef to a nigga with a full clip? At a table full of veggies, bet you'll sit. Here go the warning, things done changed. Everyday struggle, real niggas stay the same. I'm a rap phenomenon, tear a nigga out the frame. They dead wrong if they never mention my name. With the dangerous MCs, I'm about to run the city. You must be ready to die if you come and get me. Me and my bitch, goddamn, she's so pretty. Waist little like Kimmy in the ass, so biggie. Give me the loot and we got plenty to blow. It's be about money, my nigga, I love the dough. Sky's the limit, I know how far I'ma go. Cause I'm from Brooklyn, now watch me put on a show. You wanna be my one and only, you don't even know me. Probably try to control me, acting like you own me. Before they never knew me, now they wanna know me. Wanna get close to the big homie. The big homie, big homie. The big homie, I'm big homie. I ain't with the talking, nigga gotta show me. You are so below me because I'm a big homie. I ain't Big Papa, but she call me daddy. Lips so juicy, unbelievable fatty. Long kiss goodnight, but she mad at me. I'm from Brooklyn, probably cause I'm going back to Cali. I get money, she know that I do it well. Even when I'm not talking, I got a story to tell. Young G perspective, I wanna raise hell. Cause you internet thugs, Microsoft XL. Niggas bleed, told her from the jump. The machine gun causing all the funk from the trunk. I had to kick in the door, this about respect. They think you just playing till you coming for their neck. Been around the world, it's the same in the streets. Even to my last day, I be standing on my feet. The suicidal thoughts got you lying in defeat. Somebody gotta die, I'm just happy it wasn't me. She wanna be my one and only, you don't even know me. Probably try to control me, acting like you own me. Before they never knew me, now they wanna know me. Wanna get close to the big homie. The big homie, big homie. The big homie, I'm big homie. I ain't with the talking, nigga gotta show me. You are so below me because I'm a big homie. Had in front of your crib, looking like the Million Man March. Listen, it's nonsense, but the consequences they might cost. No mercy, yellow tape and some white chalk. Anybody can beat a body they might toss. That's the definition of wrong wins or the right loss. When it's pressure, that pipe bursts, you strike first. What your life worth might hurt more than that knife work.
Yeah, y'all, we back in the building. I told y'all American Dream Radio, we only interested in legendary talk. I want everybody to pay attention for a second. I know we've been off the air for a little while and sliding these repeats in, y'all, but I feel like some of the episodes we had were so important that I want to make sure that nobody missed them, anything like that. But going forward, we got something special going on. I want to say shout out to Jen for making sure this whole thing got put together for me. And I'm sitting here in the studio in front of two beautiful young ladies. I really am excited to be here. I don't get a chance to interact with beautiful young ladies too much anymore. They done kicked me out the game. So every now and then when the universe lines up on a Friday, that's when I know my Friday gonna be good.
It's gonna be great. Cause what is it?
Great weekend.
It ain't even noon yet.
That's 11. Oh, somebody just don't care about me or something like that. That's all right. Sorry about that in the studio, y'all. What we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna introduce these two young ladies. I wanna make sure we do this right. First of all, we gotta do this the right way. We got a legendary lady here. I'm looking to the left. She wears some iconic blue hair. And she has an iconic father who pretty much helped us all get this whole hip-hop thing going, something that we all love, I'm pretty sure. So I want to make sure we just give her the love and respect she's due right now. She's got a clothing line. She's going to lean in and tell me all about this clothing line and everything else she's working on right now. But the beautiful, beautiful self-made Tyra's in the building. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Did I nail that?
Thank you.
All right, well, I'm glad you're here and you came to sit down with us. I came to get into your business for a little while, but before I do that, I got another partner with you right now. I don't want to use the word partner too loosely, but I know you guys been on the press run a little bit together, and worst case scenario, it looks like y'all done made new friends all over again. So happy to see this. This young lady here just we watched. I got the call from Jen. I'm gonna set this up right. I got the call from Jen, and I'm not a big TV fan, unfortunately. I'll be too much going on. So she was like, I got a young lady. I want you to interview her. I'm like, who do you got now? Because she always throws somebody at me.
Yeah.
And what she said, you watch. I want to make sure I say this right. Grand Hustle.
Yes, the Grand Hustle.
Shout out to the Grand Hustle,
Shout out to
TIP, BET.
Yeah.
And she said, you watched the Grand Hustle? And I was like, I had to lie. Sorry, Jen. And I was like, yeah, I watch it all the time.
Oh my God.
So ultimately what happened was I was forced to go watch about an entire season in less than 24 hours right now.
Really? What?
So I digested. I took it all in.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
took it all in. Then I had my research team make sure they do a little bit of research on both of y'all. So I feel like I know both of the young ladies in the room, but the beautiful Sierra from the Grand Hustle is in the building with us right now. So we're going to make sure we give both of y'all.
Hey, thank you.
Make sure we give both of y'all some love right now. I
Yeah.
just want to, I guess, start this thing off more than anything by like just introducing yourself to the people. Tyra, you can start first and just my audience, and maybe we can brand a little bit and tell them where they can find you, all that stuff, and we'll do that like 3 times, I promise.
Cool. All right, so my name is Tyra Myricks. I'm a fashion designer, content curator, all of that. I'm the daughter of Jam Master Jay. I'm also the director of design and merchandising over at OVO, Drake's label. So I'm responsible for, putting clothing and content into all 4 stores in 3 different countries.
Nice.
Pretty hard, but I get things done. I like to design things, create things, destroy them, design them again. That's what I do.
Okay, well, I want to ask you about the Bow Wow Challenge in a little while because I seen you did the Bow Wow Challenge. I don't know if that was the Bow Wow Challenge. I don't know.
Oh, you did your research.
But I'm going to get back to you. Now, y'all hear that beautiful voice in the back right there. That is Miss Sierra right there from the hit show Grand Hustle BET. I think it comes on Thursdays at 10 o'clock.
Thursdays, 10 p.m., yes.
All right, so make sure y'all do. It's on everybody. You can go on demand and make sure you check out the show, too.
YouTube
and
even.
YouTube done stole some of that BET money, too.
Yes, exactly.
Boy. I'm going to have to speak to some of that YouTube.
Right.
But, yeah, shout out to you and this whole thing going on. I'll start with you more than anything. How'd you get into the whole BET Grand Hustle thing? Because I think everybody sort of wants to know that right off the jump. Like,
Right. So it's crazy because I was just Googling, like, auditions. And at the time, I didn't even know it was T.I. So basically, it said, want to work with a 6-figure mogul as his executive assistant. And I was like, sure. And it was like for the salary of $100,000. I was like, I'll take it. So I went down there. Actually, that was 2016. They contacted me a year later and said, yeah, we're still interested. The show's still going on. We're still interested in you. I was like, all right, cool. So they was like, we just need to do a Skype interview because it's been a year. So let's see what else you got going on. So I thought I did well with the Skype interview. They called me back and was like, yeah, you didn't get it. And I was like, well, what y'all, like, why y'all calling me? Like, what y'all calling me for if I didn't get it? It was like, well, if something just so happens to come up, like, we'll give you a call back. We'll let you know. I started crying immediately. I was like, because I'm like, I wouldn't do reality TV like no other way. Like, we showing our hustle. We showing, like, what I've been working towards, like, all my life. I'm like, this is it. This is it right here. So they gave me a call back 4 days later and was like, okay, we need you to fly out tomorrow.
Okay,
I
so
said, okay,
I want to confirm something. Obviously, I think there were 16 contestants on the show.
Yeah.
But my understanding is, did they have about 60 of you guys? Or how many people?
Wait a minute. Where did you get the research? You got the real research.
Hey.
Yes. The ops.
So was it? Shout out to all my police officers. I don't want no smoke.
Because was you in the hotel down in Atlanta when this was happening? Like,
So you guys, was this number 60?
It was 60. It was in
I guess
Atlanta.
that.
They flew us.
interview. I'm not even ready.
No.
Not ready.
Don't worry, I'm
not
going to do this.
ready.
Watch this. I'm good at
Not
this.
ready. But no, it was. So they said, fly down. It was still an audition happening, but, I was like, okay, I'm going to fly down. They was acting like Secret Service in there. Like, they was on walkie-talkies. We couldn't see, like, potential castmates.
Okay.
Like, it was real insane. They not locked us, y'all, but they had us in the room for, like, 3 days.
Did you did you see any of the people of the final 16?
No.
Like,
They
because
did
obviously there was so
good.
many 60 people
Yes.
there, so I'm assuming
We was on
had to
different floors.
You couldn't pick out
Yeah.
those 16 just yet, so you hadn't met
No.
anyone.
Nobody.
Nothing
Nobody.
like. Okay, so it was really they
It
kept
was
you on the dark.
intense, yes. So then when they finally picked the 16, we all came downstairs, and it's something like in production, it's called hard ice. So we literally couldn't say nothing to each other. I couldn't walk up to you and be like, "Hi, I'm Sierra." Like I just had to look at you. Like they had to save everything for television and cameras and everything. So Jill, she actually like whispered to me and was like, "You got the time?" And I just like went like this with my watch. I was like, "There you go, right there." She was like, "I knew you was dope." Ever since then, like you could have just been like, "Nah, shorty, I don't have the time." Like no. So shout out to Jill, but it was crazy. It was crazy because we were all on hard ice until we actually got to the mansion, and I didn't know it was T.I. until we got there.
Okay.
So we all mixing, mingling, finally meeting each other, talking over some Prosecco, you know.
Shout out to Prosecco.
Yes,
they ain't sponsoring us, but I do want to say shout out to Prosecco.
We love Prosecco.
And
Yeah, y'all
vitamin
need
water.
it.
I'm sorry I didn't bring it,
Yeah.
but shout out to vitamin water. They
It's
make
okay.
sure they take care of us. So we
Yes.
gotta make sure y'all drink vitamin water when y'all
Yes,
get a
for
moment
sure.
right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want no smoke with
No
vitamin water.
I didn't take my vitamins
wanna
today. You
lose
should have
the
bought a
This
vitamin
what
water.
we're
I'm
gonna
just
do.
saying.
I'm really good at this, but I want you to hold on to that part of what we're talking
Yes,
about,
yes.
and I'm gonna shift this for a moment over here to you, young lady.
Sweat off forehead.
Sweating.
All right, this is all good stuff. I ain't even getting into the personal life, none of that stuff like that. I try not to touch that too much. How did the blue hair become your signature? That's such a question. I'm talking to Miss Tyra. I want to say that right. Am I saying it right?
Myrix.
Myrix, Tyra Myrix.
Yeah.
What do you go by? What's your Instagram? What your friends call you? What,
Tyra.
Tyra.
Yeah.
It's my friend, so I want to make sure. I don't wanna be
That's
here
my
not-
friend.
That's my friend. Okay, so everybody was my friend. I'm for real this time. I don't even know it. Tyra,
Yes.
blue hair. Explain this to me.
Whew. It was a situation where I was scared to just do anything different. Like I'm more so of a once I'm locked in type of person.
Okay.
It's like I'm comfortable. So one day, my friend was like, "Yo, let's just do something different with your hair." That's when Instagram first started getting popping, and the popular page was popping. I was on it every day, and I'm like, let's do something different. So I shaved off the back of my hair. That didn't work out very well, and I bleached it.
Shout out to Cassie.
Oh yes, right.
No, not the sides though, just the back.
I
So,
mean,
you
either
know,
way, just
shaved,
shaving something off.
shaving,
That's
right?
that's what I
And I
think
was
of when I
like-
hear somebody say shaving their hair. Like, okay.
Yeah, for
okay.
sure. But then my friend was like, "Yo, let's just get some color from the drugstore, and I'll just dye your hair." And this was back in college, boredom, between classes. And when I did it, everybody was like, "Oh, your hair's cool. Oh, I like that. Oh," and I was like, "Oh, you like me? Oh, you like this?" And I was like, "Oh, this is me.
My
This is me
daughter's
right
16,
here."
and she's been asking me for 2 years now, can she dye her hair? And my answer has been no for 2 years now. So I'm looking at both y'all like,
I didn't do it until prom, like die.
that was 18?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm doing it.
I didn't wear weave until
Yeah, until
prom.
prom.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
She
gotta
got
wear
weave. She
weave.
just recently got a
See,
weave.
no,
gotta
see,
weave.
that's the
Far Sweet 16 and all of that.
Okay,
So she-
okay.
As long as
Just
you can,
hold
'cause
on.
Once you start them bundles, it's not.
Hey.
That's a wrap. It's-
And they
not stopping.
expensive.
she just told me she need to take them. She want to take it out and do.
And
I don't.
yeah, it's a
something.
lot.
I don't listen. I'm
Yeah.
working on it. I gotta.
Good luck.
It was over. He took mine early, and I said, you know what? That's all right. That's all right. So how did you get into this whole fashion design thing for real? Because I know you come from a musical family and background. How the heck did you transition into fashion? I guess is the best way to
Yeah,
ask someone?
so when I was in high school, I used to go down to Soho every day and buy Bape, BBC, Kid Robot, like everything that was lit. And my mom was like, "You're tripping. Like, you're paying for these designers that don't give back to our community. People will pay you to wear your stuff." And I'm just like, nobody gonna pay to wear my stuff. But then I thought about it and I was like, she might be onto something here. So I just started a blueprint, got a little t-shirt, a logo, and put it on there. And I handed it out to people that I knew, like, were famous and they had a little influence. That was back in 2009. Twitter just dropped maybe like a year or so ago. So it was easier to just, hit up a celebrity on Twitter and they'd be like, "Yeah, I got you." So it just took off from there.
I have a question, I guess. My understanding is that was not your first attempt at start? I mean, I'm sorry, that was your first, but then you went along and did another clothing line. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Or was that,
yeah.
okay.
So now we're at Wealth. My first clothing line was
I do
Flight.
like Wealth too. Yeah.
Thank you. My first clothing line was Flight, and the reason why I transitioned over is because I felt like Flight was getting confused with Flight School and Michael Jordan Flight. So it was kind of like when people was like, "Yo, that's dope," but is it Michael Jordan Flight? Is it Flight School? And it was kind of like, no, it's not. And I wanted my own identity.
Of course.
So that was more so like a little branding thing. Once you learn the little marketing aspects, I threw my little twist on there and just rebranded everything.
And then came double back down on
For
everybody.
sure.
All right, speaking of Brandon, I've paid attention to you as well, young lady. Now, I know we jumped back to see everybody so everybody could pay attention to what's going on. I know that you were doing media prior to the whole Grand Hustle opportunity and everything like that. So tell me a little bit about that whole thing, because I feel like that's what you were really strong at. And I seen the Grand Hustle thing, but I'm like, okay, I think she needs to.
I think I need to show BT. Y'all listening?
Stay over here with us.
Hello.
Stay over here with us.
Yes.
Get behind this microphone. And,
y'all hear that?
Yes.
BT, okay. It's like, no,
yeah, talk to me about that. Shout out to BT. Yeah.
So basically, I started a media outlet with two of my friends from high school. And we just basically wanted to do something for the city. I'm from Baltimore.
Shout out to Baltimore.
Shout out to Baltimore.
Shout out to Cleo, the comedian. That's
yes,
my guy,
yes. Cleo. He is a trip. He is insane.
Yeah, shout out to the whole Baltimore, that whole area. Shout out to the Wire.
Yes,
I used to love the Wire. I'm sorry.
Oh my, that's every reference though. They be like, "Oh, you from Baltimore? It's like the Wire." I'm like,
it's
"Oh
like the Wire."
my
I know it
gosh.
is. I know they're telling people.
Yes, like some
parts.
parts.
Omar, all of them. I know it.
Why did you?
I got a friend that he actually played on the Wire.
Oh,
he played, one of my
Lito.
close friends still don't even know what his character was.
Oh my God! Don't tell him that.
Well, don't make me give you homework. Don't make me give you homework.
In my defense, I
got both y'all
like
information, so I will give you homework now too.
Yeah.
So, like you have to watch the
I'm a
entire
quizzer.
Wire from season 1 to
I'm
season
a quizzer, and I'm gonna send you the answers.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. Just that.
Wow.
Like, new friends every day.
New friends. Right? So I started a media outlet with my friends from Baltimore, and Baltimore has so much talent. Like we have so much talent when it comes to like music and the entertainment industry, and unfortunately we don't have the proper like platforms or the resources or anything like that for our voices to be heard. So we decided to start this platform. First, we were just catering to celebrities. So we would do like we went to South by Southwest. We drove to Texas. We came up here when Remy Ma first got out of jail. Like we interviewed so many different celebrities.
Hi, Remy.
Hi. So we did all that.
Papoose, Remy, love y'all, black love.
Black love, black power. So we were doing celebrity interviews. So everybody like from the city was hitting us up. I think Tate Cobain was probably the first rapper that we did. And everybody was like, that's dope. Like, oh my gosh, I want to get on. So we was like, we just going to use the audience that we get from YouTube with the celebrities and just have y'all on the same platform. And that way, more people would be able to see y'all. It went crazy. Nice. It got insane to the point where like we was just hustling and bustling. Like, and Radio 1 was like, y'all are dope. Y'all need a home. Okay. Like what y'all doing? How y'all do this? We just pull up on people and do these interviews.
I get it.
Like we sat outside a Cable Show concert for like I think it was like 5 hours, like just sitting out there waiting for. We ran up on her like Cable Show. We need an interview. We need the interview. She did the interview.
I think
5 hours.
I think that's the grand hustle. I think that's the people always like, oh, you get a chance to interview this person and that person. Yeah. I was like, man, do you know how much you go through to actually
get an interview?
Interview a 30-minute conversation that's going to promote someone else's situation.
What?
But again,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's so we done did the craziest stuff for some interviews. Some legal, some not. But we made it.
I'll mess with you and tell you that one of the things at American Dream Radio, I made sure that my team understood right from the beginning is that we are the talent.
Correct.
Like shout out to everyone that we've interviewed.
Yeah.
But we've done a million shows where we're not interested in interviewing anything. And I say this to people all the time. CNN doesn't need to interview anyone. ESPN doesn't need to interview anyone. If you're really giving good content, whatever it is you're doing, you may not need another person to co-sign you or interview you or anything like that. So after a while, like I told you in the beginning, I started to interview myself. Like,
Right.
so, like,
Hey, self.
self, like,
You're dope. Like,
So T, I see you over here hiding. Tell him no. Tell him no. He gotta wait a second. But
That's business.
I don't know. I'm messing with you.
hold on.
Who was the first person that you actually dressed as far as celebrity styling a little bit or anyone like that? Who was the first person that you said, okay, I just put this clothes on this person?
The first person, celebrity, was my boy Iman Shumpert.
Shout out to Iman. That's
Yeah.
actually a friend of mine. Shout out to Iman, man.
Iman, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's the best.
Man, he's so genuine, and it was just more so like, yo, can you wear these? Like, that's the year he first got drafted, and I was like, yo, I got this clothing line, and he was like, yo, let's do it, and I didn't even know the dude, and then he had a birthday party, so I'm like, man, you know, I was raised, you got a
You was
birthday
in Atlanta?
party.
Where you was at?
No, it was out here. His
Okay.
first year out here, before he even started his season, he had a birthday party. I'm like, man, where I'm supposed to get this rich ass man? He about to be rich as hell. and you know, when
Regular.
somebody, I was
Regular.
like, you know, when somebody have a birthday party where I'm from, you get them a gift. So I pulled up to the party and I gave him the gift, and he was like, yo, people don't give gifts. Like, this is so cool. Everybody came for the free stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, I got him a
That's what I was
little.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That's you.
I'm here for the gift.
I'm here for the food.
No, he's
that
there.
was
He's
smart.
there. That's smart.
Yeah,
He
but it was
agreed.
just genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't give him nothing major, just like a little Burberry watch. And I knew,
Dope.
like, once he got famous, you know, he was gonna throw the rollie on, and my joint was gonna go in the back.
Definitely. Shout out to that Burberry watch.
Like,
But he was the first person. That's still my homie to this day, and you know, like, just rocking with him and just, you know.
I have a question. I want to make sure you do this. Can you please make sure you ask Iman what happened to the Burberry watch?
oh, come on, question.
I'm gonna have to ask that on one of our infamous
I'm
nights at the
I'm
club.
dead serious. I don't forget certain things.
Yeah.
I'm watching my DM. You like, did he ever tell you what happened to the watch? That's gonna be it's gonna be the
What
whole
happened to the
content of the day. I want to know
What happened to
after
the watch?
I think
Iman, where's
60
the
million
watch?
over 8 years.
Damn.
Did he keep the Burberry watch?
That's the plot twist.
What if he be like, isn't my jewelry box?
I'm hoping.
I would cry. I would really cry.
I was trying to make a moment. For you, so
I'll probably get it iced out for him. He still got it.
I hope that he has that watch
Yeah.
and is sitting around and everything like that. So I have a question for both of y'all. Something we do at American Dream Radios, we always get people in basic type of questions that we have already preset. One of them is, for me, I've always been chasing the American dream. And it sort of came to this point where it was like, you know what, I am the American dream. I got a chance to live in a different country and experience different things and always come right back here and 40 acres of me, the house, the car, the dog. This is what the American dream ultimately is. So I asked both of you the same question. Y'all can answer in any order. What's the American dream mean for both of you? Like, what is that American dream? What's your vision of it?
Why are you looking at me?
Either way, yeah.
Go.
Is it both? Y'all got to
That
answer
was
it.
spicy.
Yeah, let's go. Because
I feel
I
pressured.
felt the energy shifting. So go ahead
Oh,
and
we
go.
got to be a little. We can't shuck and jive the whole time.
Let
Like,
me go ahead and answer. I didn't have time to think about this one. I feel like the American dream for me is to be in a position to help people and everybody genuinely. Just change the culture, change the way we're portrayed, not only in fashion, but just in every aspect of life. The American dream for me is just being in a position to give back and give back in abundance. And I think that would conclude that for me.
I like
That
it.
would
I
be
like it.
the
There's no right-
conclusion
no right or wrong answer.
of
It
the
was
American dream.
For sure.
No,
I
but
really like to know what makes people think
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
tick. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's why I ask certain
That was
questions.
definitely a
does tick.
thought-provoking
That was.
question.
That got me
Same thing.
going.
I
Like,
wanna know the same
I ain't even had breakfast yet. Wait,
Yeah,
the juice
like,
is not
ooh.
even flowing.
Separating and popping and licking those clothes. I'm sorry. I'm usually very good at entertainment. I'm sorry. Go right out.
It's okay.
Same question for you,
Yeah.
Sierra.
I would say trust in the process. One thing I like to live by is literally like trust in the process. If you trust the process, like you are truly living in your purpose. Like that's it right there. The American dream is living in your purpose. Period.
Free JT.
Free JT.
Shout out to everybody living in their purpose.
Yes,
What we're going
yes.
to do for a second right now, I want to take a quick break, maybe let everybody breathe for a quick second.
Thank you so
I
much.
promise. Get some
Come up
water.
for air.
clear it up
Yes.
for a second.
Yeah.
One before we go, what are y'all listening to music-wise?
Oh my gosh! Shout out to Quavo.
Quavo?
Shout out to
Did it just come out? I
Quavo. It
think
just came out.
Came out.
What, you too?
It
No,
just
I
came
haven't
out.
heard it. I heard it through her blasting
do you-
it. Me,
What-
if I
and-
tell you, you're gonna judge me.
No, I'm not. I already
Man.
judged you anyway.
Oh, the City Girls.
The City Girls?
I
Yeah, I
love
was
the
lying.
City
I just
Girls.
judged you
Don't
right
make me
now.
put my wig in a rubber band.
I-
I'm the
listen,
third City Girl, but I can't be. So in my head.
listen. What we gonna do? Usually, my DJ is here. Obviously, Fly Tie. Shout out to you, Fly Tie. Is we also do some things where we go to different schools and
Oh,
we're
dope.
spinning music for the kids and teaching them how to DJ.
Oh,
So my
nice.
DJ is actually at a
I like
school
that.
trying to run over here. Don't worry, I'm gonna steal y'all one day. Don't worry
My-
about
my
it.
brother
Dang,
does
that's
that.
dope.
Okay, but yeah, so what we usually do is let him throw to whatever it is y'all liking.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
this is me setting up him. Hopefully we can see if we can steal Quavo in
Okay.
or what was the other one you said it one more time? We messed up my setup.
You know
Don't
that on
make me put my-
Say it
purpose.
again one more time. I just want to make sure we say it. It's not like no one's watching.
You gotta
It's watching.
recite.
City
You got-
Girls.
The City Girls.
Free JC.
From the 305.
Listen, I'll take Quavo, the City Girls, or Jay-Z, or something, or whatever you got. But now, give us a second to break and be right back. Be right back, y'all. Yep.
Holy gang, holy gang, holy gang. That me, that me, that me. Realest shit that I ever wrote. Realest shit that I ever wrote. Cause I heard they looking for me. Realest shit that I ever wrote. Realest shit that I ever wrote. I heard they looking for me. I start to wonder like Stevie. It ain't hard for you to see me. I'm in the hood with it. Heard they looking for me. But y'all checking all the wrong places. But I ain't changed my location. I'm in the hood with it. Heard they looking for me. I heard they looking for me. The popo came looking for me. My bitch came through looking for me. Heard my mama came looking for me. Heard the ops came through looking for me. Heard the plug came through looking for me. I said drugs, so they looking for me. There's rumors that plug through the bonus at me. All I know is this money and automatics. Play my distance for I had to go bananas. In the trap house collection, can't bring the camera. I go OT, no, I'm certified. Trapaholic nigga, let the burner fly. Risk my life for money if it's worth a try. Pulling up the quality is a purple sky. But I get that campaign love. Hey. Married to money, I swear I'm so deep in love. Hey. But times ain't the same, and these streets getting rough. Hey. But I do whatever to make sure that cheese getting up. Hey. Karma come and keep a hoolie with it. Strapped in soul, we in zoomies with it. Plug reaching out, you know I'm loopy with it. Get the black and tune and they go loony with it. Fast recording, call him paparazzi. I don't fucking know him if he ain't the posse. Hoes looking for me, told her leave me slappy. Took my soul from me, she Illuminati. Girl, I'm on your body. I heard they looking for me. I start to wonder like Stevie. It ain't hard for you to see me. I'm in the hood with it. Heard they looking for me. But y'all checking all the wrong places. But I ain't changed my location. I'm in the hood with it. Heard they looking for me. I heard they looking for me. The popo came looking for me. My bitch came through looking for me. Heard my mama came looking for me. Heard the ops came through looking for me. Heard the plug came through looking for me. I said drugs, so they looking for me. Remember driving straight down Bruckner Boulevard. Youngin' in the rental, no kids, push a star. 100 downs on me, trap, I'm jugging hard. Old heads watch everything, they looking hard. They ain't trying nothing but to check my resume. Everybody lost, God up, I led the way. One thing I ask when I pray is extra days. Get the water running, waiting for me to set the way. They ask around for them youngins. I'm on the block and I'm bugging. They tell my mama I want it. I'm on the strip every morning. Popo come through and they on us. They tell my mama be honest. They get up whole block of summers. Bell money came off the corner. They say that the hood ain't gon' love a nigga. I never respect a sucker nigga. I'm in the trap with my hustle niggas. Promise never be a bustin' nigga. I stayed away from a bunch of niggas. Only headshots if we come from niggas. You shoot for that guys like you shumpin' nigga. So my shit done changed in the summer nigga. I heard they looking for me. I start to wonder like Stevie. It ain't hard for you to see me. I'm in the hood with it. Heard they looking for me. But y'all checking all the wrong places. But I ain't changed my location. I'm in the hood with it. Heard they looking for me. I heard they looking for me. The popo came looking for me. My bitch came through looking for me. Heard my mama came looking for me. Heard the ops came through looking for me. Heard the plug came through looking for me. I said drugs, so they looking for me.
Don't worry about all of that. You on the internet with all that fucking social media shit? I ain't with that shit. So guess what? I'm coming to see you. That's right. Loose lips get slapped quick.
My drink's filthy. It's time to get down or lay down. I hear the sounds of the pound firing. I keep the blick in my Chanel. I'm so ill, too sick. Probably go to hell. Fuck all the crying. Everybody dying. It's just a matter of timing. Good girl born renegade. Couple of shots. Give a nigga fade. I'm talking foreplay. Well lit like Broadway. No broad day. Check the replay. Born tomorrow when you hear today. Heard them when they let the desert spray. Washed them. Hung them out so he tried to wave. Waiting for these labels. Draft day. I'm nice with the wordplay. Better watch what you say. I keep the hammer tucked for fuck's sakes. Casualties to my enemies. Never cower. Giving out lead showers. Tracks devoured. I'm talking better living. True religion from Paps pitching the rap's mistress. Go by codes to of henchmen. For jokes with the biscuit. Penny pitching the fucking husbands blowing through their britches. I'm kidding. Word to misses. My nigga play for the NBA. His name I won't mention. I hate to have to kill these bitches. Real spit on the heads of bitches. Money the mission.
Money we are free. If some boy not free, money them funny. Gunshot for them. Money was set.
My social medias, and I make somebody send just a warning like, hey, this is Khalil. Because sometimes I want people to know what they're walking into.
Yeah.
You know, you never know who you might ignore their DM. You never know who that could be reaching out to you.
Smile, sir. Just that smile.
I didn't. That's all I needed to say.
You know the crazy stuff I get in my DMs.
I could imagine on both of you.
Right along with that, I was like, not today, Satan. Nope. Not today.
It totally worked for me.
Not today, Satan.
It totally worked for me. Even if it happened right now, this second, perfect. Eventually, this is gonna hit you, and you're gonna be like, "That's," and you put it together.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back? See? I mean, y'all, American Dream Radio. No, don't worry. It's the power of editing. I promise, even though the live might get this scream of that last little smile bitch conversation. Unfortunately, we might edit that out for y'all. Y'all don't need to know everything. But, yeah, we back, American Dream Radio. We got two lovely, lovely young ladies in the building. I'm very happy to be a part of this conversation. I'm actually excited. I'm a... go and tell a few of my friends I got to hang out with two beautiful ladies on a Friday before 12 noon, or right after 12 right now. 12. How often does this happen for me? So I'm happy. I appreciate it. To the left of me, my left, your right, my right, your left, depending on how you're going to view it on YouTube and everything like that. We got Self-Made Tyra. Did I say that right like that? I didn't mess that up this time?
No, you didn't mess it up.
All right, we got Self-Made Tyra in the
You're
building.
valid.
I'm valid?
Valid.
Valid looking like a snack.
I'm out here looking like a snack, and I'm valid.
Yep.
So you got to relax. Shout out to Noise for bringing relax back. I can still deal with relax.
Yes.
But to the right, my right, maybe y'all left. I don't know how we're going to come across YouTube on everybody. I always get this confused. But Miss Sierra from the hit TV BT show Grand Hustle is in the building as well. So we got two beautiful conversations going simultaneously. You got to be really sharp to keep up on this. Now, hopefully the power of editing will tear this apart a little bit and bring it back together. I don't know what we'll do with it, but we'll figure it out. But thank y'all so much for, poking your head in here and just, hanging out with me for this day. We're usually a lot more upbeat and live. I promise next time y'all come, y'all going to be like, Khalil, really? This is not the same setup. They made me get rid of
fine, because it's been a lot. This is okay.
I try and bring strippers and different things to get everyone happy when they're here, but you know what? I based it on your social media profiles, and I said, you know what? I'm probably
We're
not
going to put strippers on social media, but we love the strippers.
Okay, I didn't know that because we're going to...
She speaks French. It's not we.
Okay, well, either way.
I took her to the strip club before.
Once, she did.
She
I had fun there, actually, and before, I went to the strip club before, but... We had fun. Maybe I went to the wrong one.
Do you, question in general, are you just totally against the whole idea of the strip club, or is it just...
It's just, I'm not really interested. I have friends that work in the industry, but, I'm not
work in the industry.
Quotes, unquote.
That was nice.
Like, you dirt off my shoulder. No, but it's just I don't know, I'm not really interested. My mind is so focused on work. I don't have time to be sitting there You know, what am I celebrating?
Shout out to T.I., man. She made me transition right into it. If y'all don't know what's going on, that's the grand hustle right there. So I want to make sure we say it 100 times over. Did you hear her, America? She said her mind is so focused on work.
It is.
Whatever you focus on, that's probably what's going to end up happening. Your thoughts become things. So be careful what you think. Just a little grown-up advice, but what do I know?
No, really.
But
no, that's
more
true.
than anything, I want to dig into the little grand hustle show. I want to call it little. My bag, T.I., my bag.
Please, nothing he does is little.
Smoke and shut down, but no, I definitely want to get into the big BET show that's going on. That actually, I want to say the season finale was Thursday.
What's today?
Friday.
It was last Thursday.
Yep. So shout out to the young lady Crystal. I don't know if I gave that away for spoiler
alert.
Shout out to Crystal because I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually loved you the most, but in all honesty, I said Crystal probably would fit his brand and what she was bringing. I look at things very CEO and not necessarily. I feel like you need to be. I told you. I feel like
in front.
Yes.
BET.
Yeah, you need to be interviewing.
T.I. said the same thing.
T.I.
When I got eliminated, he came outside the house. And like production said, he never like talked to nobody once they got eliminated. So he came outside the house like, Sierra, my baby. I said, no, Sierra, your baby. Like, go get my clothes out that van and put it back in the house. Wow. And he was like, no, trust me. Like, you got something more in store. So
I guess that's what I'm ultimately saying to you. I felt like after watching those episodes, I was like, you know what? I feel like he made the right decision. I even understand the shout out to George. No beef. We're gonna poke with you. But I even understand the George. Angle on it because you need a antagonist and a protagonist on all shows. Right. And once, if you pay attention to any reality show, once the first episode came, second one, and I was like, okay, everybody keying on him a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
He ain't going home because he's gonna bring the ratings.
Correct. Right.
Like if there's no controversy, if everyone was happy-go-lucky,
I
feel like the show wouldn't have been as successful, and a lot of people wouldn't have tuned in, and you wouldn't have caught me for 10 episodes. Right. As soon as I started to see. And y'all gotta make sure y'all tune in. Please go to YouTube on demand. You'll find it if you're smart.
BT.com.
BT.com is out there. Go to her page. I'm sure you'll find it somewhere. But make sure y'all do that and just support, because you know when we got something like this, we want to make sure we support what's going on right now. But I understood why he even kept the George angle, and I know some people's like, well, why did he?
But like, George is talented. That takes a lot of talent.
Everything else?
No, like, that type of persona to be portrayed like that takes a certain type of mentality.
I think a majority of the cast members had talent. I mean, I tell these people all the time, when you start with 1,000 people, then you break it down to 500, then you break it down to 60, then you go down to 16. Once those 16 enter into the play, don't think for a second that they didn't do their research and figure out who was who and what was what, and I'm sure they strategically picked the 16 that were there. So
yesterday was a year with us moving into the house.
Okay.
We all in group message, so they was like crying and like, oh, I'm so sad. I'm like, I love y'all, because we really talk to each other. Like that's one thing they didn't show about the show during the show. Us actually interacting with each other, like building genuine relationships and friendships. Like they didn't.
Was there something that happened behind the scenes, right? That did not air on the show that like
you need another hour.
Another hour?
Like, what? We filmed for like 16 hours out of the day.
Out? That's what I'm trying to get at.
You saw what happened.
Yeah, but I've been arguing with people that it ain't been a real fight on TV since making the band.
Yeah.
When Chopper fought Ness. Shout out to Chopper and Ness. So I've been waiting on reality TV for security to take a couple extra seconds.
We got in trouble for that.
Okay.
We got in trouble. They was like, even if you swipe past somebody the wrong way, you out of here. Like they wasn't.
Y'all have risked it all. Sorry.
Wasn't trying to do all that. Yeah. See, no, and that's
why I did. That's why I did. It's all right.
That's exactly what. Go
to
Love Hip Hop.
They're kicking me off. I'm risking it all. I'm from Brooklyn still. Don't ever mess this up. Like, you got one time to throw this drink at me, and I'm like, you know what?
Turn up. I did have to turn up. They was like, Sierra, they like production, they was like, you Meek Mill little sister. And for a while I was going with it. And then one day I was like, wait, what does that mean? Like you keep calling me Meek Mill little sister. They was like, because you don't take no shit. Like you just say and do whatever. Like you just don't care.
I don't like that anyway, because I feel like Meek took some shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Meek. I like Meek. I just, he took some shit though. Like,
shout out to Meek. This is Chasers.
I don't want no shout out to all the
shout out to
Chasers.
Chino. Okay, Baltimore.
Shout out to them, man. I'll tell you my falling off a bike story once later on. I'll tell it off the air. But I was gonna say, what was something that stood out to you about the show that didn't air on TV? That's what I'm trying to get to. Not necessarily a fight.
Yeah.
Was it something that stood out to you on the show? Like you telling us about, for instance, like George and how hard he is as a hustler and stuff like that. Was it something that maybe stood out on the show that necessarily?
No, I think the thing about this show is, like, even though we filmed so much and a lot didn't make television, we didn't have to redo anything, like retake, like, and I think that was pretty dope when it comes to reality TV, because I just knew that we was going to have to, all right, cut this scene, cut that scene, like, all right, do that again, do that. And no, it was just like, hold on, y'all, let me get the cameras, all right, go. Like, it was just all in real time, and I think that's something that stood out about me. So my perception of reality TV for this show changed just a
We're going to shift gears. I got one more for you. Hold on. I got one more for you. Was there something, because I know editing, they play too much with editing. I've learned that in my beautiful world of American Dream Radio and playing with, putting footage out there. Was there something once you seen it, because I know you don't see the show as it's happening. Once you seen it, you were like, oh, like
snap.
Was it a part of the show or something out of those 10 episodes that sort of threw you for the loop?
I think it was more so seeing the other team, because we didn't see them. Like, and just seeing how and I'm like, damn, like they was on there. Like if I knew that they was on there, stuff like that, I'm like, I was mad at myself about.
It was like 3 times when y'all lost, like 3 times in a row, and you was getting tight.
I was like, I don't lose. Like I was so upset about that. So I think it's just seeing the other team, how they really was on that ground. I'm like, dog, like they really deserve like every win. Because for the life of me, I couldn't understand why we kept losing. I'm like, why do we keep losing? Like, what is happening over there that's not happening over here?
I think it was cohesion. I think on one team, they were getting along.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised in business how important being able to work with each other is. And I think, honestly, once they shifted George to you guys' team, no, shout out to George. It's all, I mean, it's part of the show.
You saw my face, though? I was like, what the
once they sort of shifted George to your team, it sort of became that dynamic of, everybody clawing at each other a little bit. But it was a competition. So, honestly, I would shout out to George, because I don't think any of you guys were there to make friends. So
no, absolutely not.
I probably would have took a little bit more of that angle. I'd have slid my nice guy in there, but I'd have took a little bit more.
I was cordial. Like, I'm a nice person. I'm a people's person. But at the end of the day, I'm like, all right, y'all, game on. Like, competition. Like, oh, we cooking together. Ooh. All right, wait, we got to do this challenge. All right. Like, even on the same team.
I got one more for you. This is it, and then I swear I'm not bothering no more about BET. Shout out to T.I., Grand Hustle, everybody over there. Be sensitive with this one a little bit. I know it was a moment on the show when you saw maybe had developed a little bit of a love interest with a gentleman on the show. I don't say his name or nothing like that.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a love interest.
I
would call it a showman.
I was being nice about the whole conversation.
Because I never said love, so love never partook in that whole situation.
I threw the word out there. That's the Hollywood
Watch
official.
your words. Like,
you had somewhat of an interest in a gentleman on the show. Do you think that affected any part of the hustle or you not winning the show possibly?
I think because everybody that got eliminated, they had a bit of a story, allegedly, I'll say. So I think that played a part in when it came to, I think this takes it back to editing. Because I hustled hard. But, like some of that was kind of overshadowed
by that kiss.
Quote on by that.
I get it.
So I think the way it was portrayed to the audience,
of course,
it looks like that.
So
but
see, they're going
during the show. That's
what I was asking about.
During the show, production
like,
even told me, it was like, Sierra, we will work for you. Like, I don't play.
I was about to say.
So it's that,
You live and you learn. I think you're gonna have a long, fun career after this.
Thanks.
What I'm gonna do is try and hold y'all for about maybe 5 to 6 more minutes.
Okay.
I know y'all gotta run out of here and take over the rest of the world. So I'm happy to at least grab y'all early on in the day and we move from here. I saved your conversation and this part of it sort of towards the last. One thing I want y'all to both know is I'm going to ask you for advice because there's a little girl out here that's 14, 15 that ends up with this footage. So I'm going to give you a chance to think about this. You're going to talk into the camera at the end of this and you're going to tell her something that she needs to be doing, or him or them or maybe me. I might take it into. But for you, young lady, I wanted to make sure we end because I feel like it's so important. I'm gonna make sure I speak correctly on this and get it right more than anything. Is your dad, man. I wanted to just touch on it for a little while, maybe a quick second more than anything. Do you remember your dad, as far as and just to disclaimer, my parents passed away when I was 12 in a car accident, so I definitely can relate
about
to
that.
death, and I get it. So it was more of a curious question for me. Do you remember your dad in the impact? Because I believe you were 9, I want to say. Not that I was researching, but if I was. I want to say you were about 9-ish or something like that, so that's a long time ago for us, allegedly.
Allegedly. I do remember my dad. I never realized the impact he had on the world until I was older, and much older, like 21, 22 older. So it took a long time for me because, to the world, he's a legend. To me, it's just...
Dad.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember a lot of things. Like...
Do you listen to the music? Like, for me, I grew up in Clinton Hills, Biggie, Junior Mafia, shout out to C Gutter, we're going to do something soon. Do you find yourself listening to the music as you're an adult now, or, you just like, it is what it is?
It's a lot of people will be like, you don't know that song?
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm getting to. Like, I know every Run DMC song ever. I can rap them. I put my whole Kango on or have it up in here. I'm young, relax. I'm not funny. Everybody relax.
No, I'm not. And it's not even like, it's a like a traumatizing thing or anything like that. I'm just not a music person.
Yeah,
like, I like old.
Tell them who you like.
I like old love songs and sappy songs.
And what's the name of that girl group we had?
And the City Girls.
And the City Girls. Okay. Sometimes it's just a generational gap, regardless of your parents, and not like I'm not listening to Marvin Gaye, even though I know my grandmother and moms and them. I get it.
Marvin cool.
I listen.
I'm not. Sorry, Marvin Gaye's estate. I don't want no smoke again. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying. Usually, Quavo and Jay-Z is probably in my title playlist versus Marvin Gaye and Anita Baker. Not to say that I won't listen to. I don't want no problem with the Anita and Marvin Baker fans. I don't want no problem with y'all. Like all of y'all out there. But yeah, I guess that was one thing. Is just wanted to dig into that part of it a little bit. Do you get a chance to? I know obviously Run is still alive. Did you guys ever interact or anything like that, or DMC for that matter? Because I know they were all close as a group. That's why.
Sure. I don't DJ, but 2 of my brothers DJ.
Nice.
And every time Run DMC goes on tour, they bring my brothers out and they do a little segment in place of my father. So I've been to a couple of those shows. They did Made in America, which was pretty dope before it was Made in America.
Shout out to Philly.
Yeah. So I mean, like people cross paths here and there, and things like that of that nature, but. I'm not really into the Run DMC shows.
I get it.
The music aspect. Like, I'm so focused in just clothing and fashion.
Do y'all hear that American Dream? That's twice in one day. I think we getting this right now. We are here to talk about this entrepreneur spirit of yours right now more than anything. How did this whole thing come about for you when it comes to the other aspects? Because I know you said you jumped into the clothing and the fashion a little bit, but now you explained to me that you were doing something with OVO and a few other things. How did those other opportunities come for you?
Ooh, it was more so like my work ethic being seen. Working with other artists in the industry, I did some tour merchandising.
Nice.
And then I got a call from, somebody that knew Drake, and then eventually got a call from Drake, like, would you be interested in moving to the West Coast? And I'm like, up and leave my life? So I said, I'll let you know. And they were like...
Get on the plane, bro.
Right.
Yeah, no, but they were like, it's Drake. Like, what do you mean you'll let us know?
Get on the plane.
So I actually waited a while. Then a week later, they called back, up the salary.
Get on the plane.
The third time I got on the plane.
As your personal advisor going forward, just call me and I'll answer the question for you. Get on the plane. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so no, moving forward, the third time, we renegotiated some numbers and some things. And I got on the plane and I left my family and I moved to California June 1st, 2017. I
lived in California for 3 years. Fresno, Los Angeles area, in between both of those. So I love California. I know if you're from New York, you're going to love it. It's a different vibe. So
different people. No.
Yeah.
But
very free. God bless California.
Yeah, that joint just... Once I got to California, it was a whole nother. It was like, all right, this is where God wants me to be.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, it was more than just Drake. It was just, I had so much access to so many more things as far as my own brand. And just people, networking. Like, you know, just different things. It's so much more going on in LA than there was where I was.
What can we expect? Because we're going to wrap this up because I know everyone has to run out of here, including myself. So shout out to American Dream, Cool Ass Trev, Mr. Life of Your Party, DJ Fly Tie, Miss Tiff Real Estate. Question, this is for, go to you first. What do you see as far as your brand in the future? Like what can we expect as far as this brand and where it's going to go and those type of things? I want to talk about it for a second.
Boom. I feel like I just want to create something that's bigger than myself, a legacy, something that's lasting when I'm no longer lasting, when I'm no longer standing and still standing. I want to create one of those infamous, like, you look at the stitching and you know, like, what it is. You know,
got
that's
some big
wealth.
shoes to fill.
And that's the ultimate goal. Like, I'm so over, like, you know, like when I first started, everybody didn't have a clothing line. Now,
Everybody got one.
everybody prints on some T-shirts and they have a clothing line.
Right.
So I'm more so just thinking of ways to cut, destroy, and recreate fashion and leave a legacy that's standing when I'm no longer standing.
Gotcha. Sierra, same question for you. What can we expect from the brand? Where we going to see you at coming up? Where can we stalk you? All of that stuff right there.
Well, for short term, what I'm working on right now is Famously Fit. So it's a fitness segment, still interview style, where I talk to people that's not just about health and fitness, but I talk to actors. One of my friends, he played in Hit the Floor. He had to put on 15 pounds for his new role. So we talked about that. Bridget Kelly, spoke to her. So I'm just talking about health, wellness, like how, you know, what you put in your body is exactly what you get out.
You are what you eat, everybody.
You're not gonna put regular gas in a Porsche, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta fuel your body in order to get the best results.
It's a Lamborghini here. Huh? You got to put something nice in
Yes, okay. But that's what I'm working on short term. Ultimately, I got an ear for music. It's crazy. Like, I'll hear a song and I'll be like, that's gonna be hot in a few months. And it happens all the time.
A&R?
A&R.
Nice.
That's what I'm trying to work on, because I be in the studio a little bit here and there. So.
Rapping, singing, what you doing?
No, A&R.
Hey, okay, I was making sure you say you're in the studio.
No, I'm not in the
Do I
booth.
got to throw you under the
I'm
bus
not
when
in
you
the
leave
booth.
next week?
No,
Like,
no,
now she rapping, y'all.
Now she rapping. Oh, now she a rapper, y'all.
Hit the tape.
Now she a rapper, y'all. But
Right.
no, cause like in my like spare time, I do help artists. I write like press release. I like pitch them out to like different outlets and stuff like that. So I do that, and I just want to help. I'm all about music, so that, and I want to ultimately have my talent agency.
Well, that's dope. I definitely want to make sure you guys understand that you are both friends to the family. New York City, I'm always here. I sort of got my hands in a lot of different stuff in New York. If you sort of need to, spread your wings while you're in New York, feel free to. You got a big friend that is very helpful. So feel free to use that. You guys are family now, so
Yes,
you can't get
thank
rid of me.
you.
Thank you.
No, you can't get rid of me.
You can't get rid of me. That's
It's
it.
forever.
Yeah, that's it.
This is a
Like,
forever
that is
thing.
it. We're a family. Definitely use C. I want to make sure that we stay in pocket with each other, and I
Yes,
say that
yes.
more than anything because I feel like we do a lot of the same stuff as far as interviewing, talking
Right,
to people, and really just. So I'm definitely gonna figure out a way. I'm between New York, LA. I'm all over the place. So
Okay, let's do it.
we'll bump heads a little
Yes.
bit. I just want to let you know one more time that I feel like there's not enough 2X's, 3X's out here in the fashion industry for us big guys. So shout out to, thank God for Iman Shumpert for opening this door for me, because I'm going to go on your site and find something. I need to try it on. So
No, for sure.
Yeah, I can't trust it without
No,
the.
that's all understandable.
Somebody sent me something to 2X. I couldn't do it. It just
What
depends
size
on
is
it.
that?
I'm a big boy. The size really matters. These are the questions you ask
According to that
yourself.
pizza spot.
This is what we're gonna do, y'all. We never let anyone get out here because I always feel like we're here for a purpose, and I want to make sure we drive this purpose home. I gave y'all a second to really think about it and hold on to it. I'm gonna let you go first. I want you to start this off by telling everyone where they can find you at.
Cool.
Any way to get into you, if they want to slide into your DMs, if they want to do business with you, anything like that. Make sure we can plug everything real quick. Trickery, though, I need you to sort of look over there because this is one of those. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're going to make this happen. This may just be edited by itself one day. So I want to make sure we do this, but there is some advice for a young lady or a young man from the inner cities of Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, Baltimore, that's going to have nothing but a YouTube clip and they're gonna see your voice, and I want you to talk to that person and not to nobody else but that person about what they should be doing, what they could be doing to get from point A to point B, and you know, you can go from there, I think.
All right, cool. So as far as success is concerned, don't give up. Whatever you do, don't give up. I feel like so often we get discouraged, or there's too many people doing what we want to do. There's too many people doing what we want to do, and we might feel like it's not for us. Maybe this is not our path, but what's for you will always be for you. And if you just believe in the right powers, and you just believe in your work ethic and what you have to do to get to that point, then you will be successful. Don't give up. It's like so pertinent to just stay focused, stay on the right path, and everything will fall into place later on.
Don't give up. Y'all hear that? I like that one. That definitely is a good one right there. Do me one favor, because I know you forgot it. They gotta find you. They are looking for you right. They are looking. They're stalking you right now. Where can they find you?
All right. So my Instagram is self-made Tyra. That's self-made Tyra. My Twitter is Tyra Myricks. TYRAMYRICKS.
Self-made Tyra Myricks.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got that down packed. Don't worry, we're going to play it 100 times. We're going to replay this interview 3 o'clock on Desert Storm Radio, too.
And you can find the brand, theloveofwealth.com.
Yeah, make sure, because there's a lot of people going to catch on to this at some point. We want to make sure we...
Yeah,
there we go. We selling it, right? We are always selling around here. Sorry for banging on the table. Sierra. The beautiful CC.
I'm looking here, correct?
What's today? Is today Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll wait till Wednesday to put the W, whatever. But Grand Hustle Queen,
Yes. Yep.
T.I., multimedia, everywhere right now. The kids are looking at you. They just was on BET, got in trouble because it was up to 10 o'clock.
Because it's an hour long.
Yeah, there you go. I want you to know what's going on. But now they're going to look for you. They're going to go on YouTube. They're going to look everywhere for you, and they're going to find you, because we're going to put your name right under this, and they're going to find both of y'all right now. So I want you to do me a favor and tell a young lady out there from the Baltimore area, from the New York area, just some good advice on how to get from point A to point B, and, you know, how I can help her.
What's going on, guys? It's Sierra from the Grand Hustle Season 1. And a piece of advice that I would like to give, I always say this: trust the process. Always trust the process, and make sure that you never give up. It's going to get hard. You're going to hear a lot of no's. And that's fine, because you got to keep going. Understand it's okay to reroute, take a break, but just don't ever stop going. So make sure that you keep hustling. Don't worry about those no's. And trust the process.
Trust the process. American Dream Radio, y'all. I like that. I really don't want to talk too much after that one. I think that's it. Trust the process.
That's it.
Let's leave it there.
And do you for you. You know what I'm saying?
I want y'all to do me a favor. We got to plug some stuff before we get off the air. American Dream Radio. Shout out to my guy Math and Sosa, man, for making sure this whole thing works and always works in the studio when we're here. Shout out to Jen for pulling us together for me. I don't want to mess up the other young lady's name. There we go. Shout out to me and Chastity. Sorry, Chastity. Spoke on the phone this morning, too. So shout out to Chastity for making sure that we get you guys to everywhere you need to go today. I wish y'all the best of luck on all your ventures. I want to let you know that this door is wide open for you. Got a couple different studios we work out of. So as things are progressing for you in life, let's keep good people in your circle, and that's how you're going to win.
Thank you.
So both of you guys, thank you so much for being here. American Dream Radio. Shout out to Mr. Life of Your Party, DJ Fly Tie. Shout out to Cool Ass Trev. Shout out to Miss Tiff, our real estate agent that's always here helping us a lot. And everybody that just always support us, do me a favor, at 3 o'clock, we're going to replay this interview on DesertStormRadio.com. So for all of y'all that might have missed it or call an end of it or a piece of it, if you want to catch the whole interview before I chop it up and make myself look good, make sure y'all go to Desert Storm Radio and check it out there. And overall, you know, eventually we'll put it out there. But shout out to everybody. Shout out to Clue. Shout out to Culture. And just everybody that supports everything that we do at American Dream Radio. Thank both you young ladies so much for coming one more time. I'm going to steal a picture. I want to say that on air because I was told you wasn't supposed to take a selfie. I think shout out to George one more time.
Allegedly. The men
Whatever. American Dream Radio. We out of here, y'all. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's all right.
You said we coming back to the time. Real bars matter. Homie, sit the fuck down. They finally put the face to the name. Every minute is to the bag and not a second for games. Ain't nothing about them exotic, every face is the same. If you said a negative word, I'm about to put you to shame. Was good at fooling me once, it's never happening twice. No good, like when you interrupt the flow of the dice. I set it off with the left and finish up with the right. But expect a gun or a knife, you know these niggas don't fight. All you got is yourself and you see when you old enough. Enemies turn to friends and expect you to open up. 1 minute they plotting on how they gon' slow you up. The next minute they checking to see how you're holding up. Now they pay for the view when it's on demand. When you build up a brand, make it expand. If you never got money on foreign land, when I speak about taking over, you probably won't understand. King of the jungle, just the way that I am. If you competition, then you sacrificial lamb. Always told that I couldn't, never told that I can. Proving you niggas wrong is forever gonna be the plan. The love be the fakest and the realest be the hate. We ain't gotta discuss it, cause it ain't up for debate. I give them that flu game of that Jordan, the 98.